There we go. I forgot to turn that on. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's session of Nyxborough D&D. We have most of our Precinct 2 crew with us tonight. We are missing Wayland. There was a bit of a last-second technical difficulty on his end that he is working on trying to figure out. So he might be able to make it, he might not. A couple of quick announcements. The next Precinct 9 session will be on July 13th, with the next Precinct 2 session being on July 21st. We are still doing our every 2 weeks. This is a live stream, so if you want to stop in and say hi and put a little chat in the box, please feel free to do so. We also... one of my friends over in one of the other campaigns that I'm in, the DM is looking for a 6th player for their Tuesday game. If you go to startplaying.games/GM/it's a long story, and you message Joe to see about joining the Tuesday game. He's a great DM, and they're a lot of fun. And Brandon, Wayland's character, plays in that game. So just trying to support him and get them back up to full strength. Other announcements. Nothing else I can think of. Let me... And we're live. Oh, shit. Yeah. 1 sec. What's nice is I don't have your guys' audio playing right now, so it's all good. I'm being big brain. But now it is. Now it's on. So anything you say is recorded for the internet.
Happy birthday to my mother.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kiki's mom.
Happy birthday.
Kiki's mom.
I was just doing Kiki shit because they cheated on us last week.
He did.
Man, you gotta tell them, or should I?
What?
That this isn't the first time?
This isn't the first time. No, this is like second or third time I've
Yeah.
cheated on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
She's a repeat offender now.
Mm-hmm.
We knew you were a 2-timer.
Listen, we listen, but we don't judge just because she's a little loose.
No, we're
Take
judging.
her time.
Sometimes.
I mean, if you have the time, and we could do more people with other crossovers, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is just a pilot. Oh, okay, I understand. This is a garden.
It's not my fault I'm friends with Livy and Rowan.
And also my best friend.
Yeah.
Doesn't help at all.
And Sealy.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Anyways, before we hop into tonight's chaos, we need a recap. Hoopstavididibidug has got it. Or would like to.
Maybe I could do it. Does anyone else want to do it?
Yeah, I could do it.
All right.
Last week we started with a new body in the morgue. Lovely woman who was brutally murdered by blades of fire and ice. And Adelaide, being Adelaide, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead, but last time something weird happened. Would you guys please not leave me alone with this body?" Everyone was there except for Miles, who was talking to his boss about some of the stuff he learned the night out before when Lyra died. Adelaide can't speak with dead. We do get some information that Ashan killed her. Astral Drift is in the Market Heights. I need to go back on that. Astral Drift is in the Market Heights. Trying to find where those notes are. Astral Drift. Sorry. I'm gonna find it. Astral Drift is produced in the Market Heights. Drift Shadow is a low-level courier. Grandfather Clock is backing the production of Drift Shadow or Astral Drift. She has no idea about any kind of senator helping. And Ashan killed her. And then Astrael came to chat with us again. He was very curious to know what we've learned so far. And Adelaide kind of challenged him a little, being like, there's 2 stories about you. Which one's true? Are you here to help or hinder us? And then he tries to peer into our minds, and we all succeed in pushing him back, except for Dimitri, who briefly succumbs to the void, hearing chains dragging across a starry field as his mind is unraveled and kind of put back together as Astrael essentially does an MRI scan of his entire entity. He gets hit with a lot of psychic damage and doesn't feel great being fully cut off from his magic and his deity as a paladin. And as he's recovering, the body implodes as it is wont to do when gods talk through it. Felice is very comforting. He does try to heal Dimitri, but the healing magic doesn't work either, as all magic seems to dissipate briefly. A lingering effect of whatever this void is within Dimitri. Felice takes Dimitri home to rest and recover. Meanwhile, Miles is talking to Detective Raynar about Ashan and what happened to Lyra. I'm sure there's more that went on there. I'm not sure what happened behind the scenes, though. And then the rest of the group, which is Wayland and Adelaide, work on the drug. Trying to figure out what it is. It's gonna take a week to do a breakthrough, or only 2 days, actually, because I rolled really high. Oh, and then Adelaide got engaged to Jorah Balaam. It was cute. He's sweet. There's nothing wrong there. Don't worry about it, guys. Then Astral Drift results came in. Rook's blood is clean, which is very interesting thinking about it now, because Wayland licked the blood and he still had an effect, but we can detect it in the blood, so I don't know. Lyra had residue of duskflower extract, but no Astral Drift as well in her blood, so we determined that it doesn't affect the blood or the physical body, it affects the soul. It specifically marks the soul. So there are no visual side effects, other than potential reclamation or destruction or whatever's going on with the soul after death. Which also means no drug tests can detect it. The only way to detect it are the little sparks of glitter in the eyes when their head is shaken. So, Ellie also discovers that it is made with divinity, assuming Astrael's divinity, and something unusual and organic, maybe sundered bloom. And Adelaide and Wayland put out a notice to all of the cops and the EMTs and everyone how to look for Astral Drift in people and make it very clear, especially to people in the force, that this is permanent and cannot be undone and is a fireable offense, kind of. And because we sent out that mass notification, Internal Affairs came to chat with us, and we kind of just explained our point that this is routine, like any other officer doing any kind of drugs would also get kicked out. We need to know how to test it. Calm down. And then we coaxed her into talking about the Tanaka crime family, specifically because Adelaide thinks Rook wasn't attacked by a shade since there were kitsune, or there was, kitsune fur at the attack site. And she basically says there's kitsune beat-bopping around the Glome Quarter, have been for centuries. The Tanaka crime family is old and dangerous and shouldn't exist, but exists. Very vague on that. Everyone's very vague on that. And then Miles came in and shared a lot of information from their time with Lyra, to include what they'd learned about where the drug is in the Market Heights, or what they didn't learn about where it is in the Market Heights. Rumor that somebody, maybe Zyra, is selling it in the Arcade Enclave. They also shared with us 30 chronergy mages that have disappeared. Some have returned, but we got a nice long list of that. And that's where we kind of ended the session, but there is an addendum, because last week my character went to talk to Ronan and got some pretty interesting information. Definitely a cult. He's definitely speaking to Astrael without taking the drug somehow, and then he definitely tried to kill Adelaide. So there's that. But it's fine. Don't worry
He's
about
just
it.
a guy. I don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
just a guy.
He's
It's
just a
okay.
little guy. He's just a little silly.
The little silly guy who tried to murder Adelaide.
Great father figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parental figures,
Great.
the best. Anyways.
Oh yeah, and then Adelaide also did go clubbing with Rowan and Livy, not featured on screen. That did happen though. Deacon was in a chicken suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's canon.
It is canon.
And that's where we went. That's where we ended.
Yeah. We still have, I think we ended on a Thursday is what everybody was kind of saying. So we still have a couple days of downtime to kind of finalize that weekend. So I know there was a couple of things that some people wanted to knock out really quick that were like, some investigation roles and stuff like that. I didn't know if Dimitri and Felice, how you guys wanted to do your weekend. If you guys wanted to go to like a market, or if you wanted to go find any new fabrics, or what y'all's plan might be.
Recovery.
You're fine. You only needed a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mental recovery.
That's hella valid.
Yeah, Felice tries to play therapist. I don't know if he does well, but he tries.
Yeah, give me roll a medicine check, and then Dimitri roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Medicine? Okay. Sounds good. That is a 23.
Cool. Dimitri, give me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't even know if I could get that high.
You have a chance to take a 20.
The 23 lowered the DC of therapy.
Oh, okay, I get it.
I got a 16.
A 16 is good. Is good enough. What kind of therapy does Felice give Dimitri? Because there are many kinds.
Fuck therapy.
Well, I think first, like, I imagine he is very much just like modeling for him, and then he just like talks to him, like asking him questions and stuff, how he's feeling, if he's feeling better. Maybe they can meditate. He'll make like some bread. Just like stuff that will hopefully help him feel better.
Yeah, just trying to be there, be nice, to help out. I definitely 100% misheard what Dimitri said in regards to the therapy, and I'm just gonna let my own brain allow that to be what it was.
Okay.
Cool. Miles, are you back? I know you said they had something that came up. Okay, we'll come.
Can we RP that
Yeah,
quick?
100%. Yeah,
Wanna
go
be-
for it.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, what kind of a bird you got? Like, let's dive into the scene a little bit. Over the weekend, you taking care of Dimitri Felice.
That is
Uh,
a good question. What does the apartment look like?
the apartment is cluttered, but cluttered in a. It's almost pretty. It's almost like cluttered in a pretty way because there's so many bits and cuts of fabric, different kinds of colorful fabric around, and I just kind of imagine Felice like waking up from underneath one of them, like using one of them as covers because they're so small. And Dimitri would already be up um, and doing their best to hand sew something. Now, um, Felice would know that hand sewing specifically is like kind of what Dimitri does for like self soothing.
Mhm.
Um, because it's the first way that he actually learned to start creating stuff. And so whenever he does it, it's nostalgia for him. If anybody, it's similar to if anyone had like a an old movie that they really feel jazzed about, like when they watch. It's something like that. Um,
Okay. Okay.
but he's pricking himself. There is blood in this fabric.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
He has not. You've never seen him prick himself. And even if he did, he wouldn't get it on the fabric. But it's like he's not even, he's only halfway there.
Okay. I imagine like Felice does his morning routine, and he's just like saying good morning to. He probably has like a bunch of plants as well in the house,
Yep.
just like saying good morning to all of them. I don't know plant names. He probably has like a sunflower in the windowsill, a
From
just like
eucalyptus.
some random, yeah, a bush, um a pitcher plant. Yeah, he's
Mm.
just like saying good morning to them, brushing his teeth and stuff, and like I think he kind of just like hops onto one of the chairs to like see what he's doing. He's like, "What you working? Oh, oh, yeah. What are you working on, buddy?"
It's fine. I'm just getting this fabric back together.
All right. Well, here. Why don't you take a break and I can patch it up real quick.
I'm doing that right now. I can patch it. I can do this. I can do this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I know you can do this, but you don't got to do it all the time. You should take a break. You want to go for a walk? Get some fresh air? He kind of like holds one of his hands over the like the what he's doing to like hopefully distract him a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Let's let's go for a walk.
Uh he will quickly go and grab his. Does he have yeah, he has a healer's kit. Just flavor that as him just like bandaging up his fingers.
We'll carry the 23 from earlier.
Awesome.
What does the
Alright,
what does the
why don't
Band-Aid
we-
say?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Hold on. What does the Band-Aid say? Um,
I am stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me.
No,
I
we
hate
can't
you.
get DMCA'd by Band-Aids,
hate you.
guys. I don't want the first DMCA to be from
That's
Band-Aid
copyrighted.
brand.
Oh
um,
No, it's original. It just says like
yeah.
no, it's a Band-Aid that says "Heal Me, Daddy." Fuck you, Band-Aid brand.
Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, exactly. It says he'll be daddy. And also there are smiley faces on some of them too.
Mm-mm.
It's like I don't remember buying those, but yeah, let's go.
You guys are some rabid perverts. Can't be contained.
What do you mean? They're just cute little "Heal Me, Father, I have sinned" Band-Aids. I don't know what you want. Yeah, you guys head out. I think you probably know that there is a park nearby with a little walking trail with plenty of greenery and shrubbery and trees and foliage and other things like that uh, for you to kind of walk through. Um, there's a little pond with some little duck looking things. They're not fully ducks. Ducks are weird. These are like
Mhm.
these are multi-headed ducks.
Oh,
Hydra? Oh my god.
There's some hydra gooses. Just little baby hydra gooses just vibing in the water.
yeah. Phyllis is just like, "Good morning." He's just saying that to like a bunch of the animals that he passes by if he spots them as he's walking with the big tree. He's probably walked through this park so many times.
Uh, you hear a lot of honking coming from the lake, which you easily translate to bread, 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 bread.
He's gonna ignore that. He's like, "Yeah, maybe later. I'll help them out later."
At least
Uh, yeah.
I love your connection with nature. It's so natural.
Thank you. No one's ever said that to me before.
How long have you been connected to it? How long have you known that this was part of your life?
Let me think. Maybe 15, 16 years. See, back at home, I used to take care of the animals, and I just understood them, and it was easy. There was this one sheep who was really mean. Anytime I got close, it was like a tap in the head. It really hurt.
Do you want me to slay them?
Huh? What? No, no, that was so long ago. I don't. Is Bernie still alive? I don't remember how long sheeps live.
Not that long.
Not that long. Gotcha. You don't gotta slay anything for me. Especially not a animal. He was just fussy. I think he was just really upset because he lost his mate.
I may never find my mate. As far as I know, I'm the only Minotaur that likes clothing in the way that I do. That speaks the way that I do.
Mm.
That carries himself with some decorum, some honor.
I mean, I've never met another one I've used before. But who knows? Maybe somewhere there is someone else like you. And I mean, do you have to date a Minotaur?
I suppose not.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry about it too much. You can start worrying about that stuff when you, let's say, become as famous as that one guy from the, I forgot his name. Except your dress won't accidentally burn somebody.
No, it won't. That was a
Hmm.
shame, horrible incident.
Yep. How does something like that even happen?
Bad fabric. You should have known where she was going.
Do you want to go and buy some more fabric for more designs?
The fabric at home. I'm just. My
I mean,
mind.
it might be nice to browse.
My mind is just so scattered these past couple of days. Ever since that thing has touched my mind, I've. It's been. It's like I'm hanging on to myself by a spider's thread.
Hmm. I wish I could understand what you mean. Hmm.
I'm very glad that you don't. Having
If
an ethereal god.
when Dimitri mentions spider thread, Felice, you feel a little nudge in your bag as you remember you have a baby face spider.
Oh yeah, right. Um, yeah, he's just gonna take that little guy out and put him on the ground so that he can go find himself some food.
Above board, I hope he doesn't get eaten by a bird or something.
He's you see a little just kind of gives you like a little like wave and then just scurries into a bush. You just see the bush like shake for a second. Anyways, continue your conversation.
That's terrifying. That's me. That's me envisioning that. Like, oh god.
It's the size of a small dog.
Oh god.
Oh, oh, ah, okay.
But Dimitri wouldn't be. He wouldn't even give it a second glance. He'd just be like, having an ethereal god probe around in your mind. It's like trying to fit a boulder into a grape.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be pretty hard.
I've been trying to do things that make me feel like me again. And I used to, just at the sight of cloth, the touch of silk and fabric, I'd be reminded of learning who I am. Now, and Dimitri is going to put his hand on your thigh. Or like I guess it would be a finger because your thigh is so small and his hand is so big.
Yeah.
Like a finger on your thigh. And like stroke it upwards towards your knee. He's going, now I feel as if I feel barely anything but a whisper. Design gave me way to be more the savage I was with a lost mind.
Well, speaking of the savage thing, if you ask me, you're no more savage than the rest of us. Even when he put the boulder in the grape, you were still very you, just a little freaked out, which was a little scary because I rarely see you like that.
No, I'm much less savage than the likes of the rest of you. It's up to you.
Oh,
He's gonna give you a little nudge, elbow nudge, and a smile.
thank you. I mean, that's true. We know someone who likes to talk to the dead. Isn't that crazy?
Different. Just like the rest of us. We're all different, it seems, in our own way.
Right as you say that, you hear the bush shuffle again, and then you see the little phase spider come up and sit next to Felice, with a bird in its mouth, that it's starting to spin it's starting to web up in a cocoon.
Circle of life. Haley's just going to ignore that and just like scratch the spider on the scalp. Just like, good job, buddy. It doesn't have a scalp, but you know.
Yeah, just little scritchies. If a spider could purr, it purrs.
He seemed hungry.
Yeah, I have to make sure to feed him every morning, evening, night, repeat, which I'm very used to. It's just hard to find food around here. For, little guys like him or her. What is the I don't know. Like it.
Do you want to gender check your spider?
Sure.
Give me an animal handling.
Okay. Oh, I wrote a natural one.
You have inspiration if you would like to re-roll, or we could play off the one.
I think it's better if we play off the one.
Cool. Do phase spiders have gender?
I don't know. Faley definitely doesn't know. And when he tries to reach for him, I think he thinks he's trying to, or it's trying to take his food. Yeah. So he kind of just disappears.
Yeah, no, you kind of you hear the vroom, noise as it teleports out of this plane of existence. Dimitri, give me a perception check. Actually, either of you can give me a perception to see if you can figure out where it went.
I brought this guy. Well, I didn't mean to bring the guy. Okay, 12. 12.
Okay.
An 11.
Cool.
Oh.
Felice, you hear the vroom. You don't know where he's landed. It's nearby.
Maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah.
Let a baby face spider out in the middle of town? I don't see how that could go wrong.
No, to adopt him, I doubt I could really take good care of him.
I think you'd be a fine parent.
Oh,
Aw.
thank you. I'm sure you'd be too. You know.
It
You
would
have
be
like
the
this
best
aura around you that makes people feel safer.
It would be the best dressed in their class, in their workplace. I'd make sure of it. You feel safe around me, not afraid.
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw you, I was like, oh, never seen one of you before. But you've never striked fear in my heart, as to say.
You've never given me that impression. I guess I'm just still a little. Insecure. Everything is shaken. I've been shaken to my core. I think I'm gonna need I'm going to need more time to
Rest, pull yourself
rest,
together,
rediscover.
rediscover.
My connection to the cloth has been muted. It's a good thing that I inspire safety in others, that I can hear something like that from someone I care deeply for. Just a small reminder that I can be more than what I make. That it's okay to be who I am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Felice.
Of course, anytime.
That's it. All I
Yeah,
got.
Felix is gonna start looking around for, huh?
I think as you guys kind of start heading out of Felice, you're starting to look around to see where the spider is.
Dimitri will help him.
Don't have to look too far. As Dimitri, you stand up, and Felice, you see the spider on Dimitri's back.
Ooh, I am deathly me, not Dimitri, but me. I'm arachnophobic, so it's like,
Oh,
It's
but
there.
it's okay.
okay.
There's a spider on
It's
it,
okay.
or there's a spider with a bird on its back. It's just hanging out,
Okay.
and then it just kind of and lands on top of Felice's head.
All right. Pack in the pack you go.
It chirps. You don't know if it's the spider or the bird.
I mean, he'd know if it was the bird because he'd be able to understand the bird.
You, uh, uh, yeah. Nope, you can't understand it. We're gonna carry that animal handling from earlier. Um, and you two head out. Miles, you've been doing some research recently. Um,
I have.
Let's go ahead and start getting into it a little bit. Give a little bit of what you found so far, and then what you're looking into.
I'm prepared this time. Be proud of me. Okay, so Miles has been looking into the missing chronergy mages that he was initially looking into back in the library. He found a list of those who have disappeared over the past 100 years and those who are still alive, including Hadros Melwain. Hadros, he has discovered, is a silly little gnome guy who doesn't leave his new house that is also a shop, and everyone he loves and knows is dead. So he's been looking into him and looking into his family and trying to see what he can find out about his magic. Because ever since he got back, he's sworn off chronergy magic. And there's a detective who's been missing since she saw him. So he's got a bit of investigating to do. Does that cover it?
Yeah.
Yay!
Are
Okay.
you going to his shop, or are you just wanting to try to find more based on what we had talked about previously?
I want to do a bit of both, if that's possible.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Okay, so to start, he wants to go back to the library. So where's Adelaide? Is she predisposed?
This, I don't know. Hey,
What day
Adelaide.
is it?
We'll say it's the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday she can't because she's with Livy.
Right.
So I guess Saturday.
There you go.
Is she predisposed?
She's available. Yep. We'll say she's available.
Okay.
We'll say the
Okay.
timeline works out.
Timeline works out. Okay. Miles is gonna
I mean, I'm
approach her.
hungover, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're too hungover, that's fine
No,
with me. I
she
have
would be
backup
hiding
plans.
it. She would be hiding it. But yeah, she's hungover,
It's
but she's
okay.
here.
I had backup plans if you weren't available. Yeah, he's gonna come find you. Where you at?
You would probably have to call her because you have no idea where she's at.
Okay, he's gonna call you. With the fancy little sending stone because magic's cool like that, right?
Mhm.
Yippee! Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring ring. Ring 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 ring.
I assume it works like a sending stone. You just send a message, then I would
Yeah, you
respond
just
to
send a
it.
message and then
Okay.
respond. There's no ringing.
I don't know how to. Okay.
You got
Let me.
you got 25
Let me
words.
do some contemplating. I get 25 words. Okay.
Yeah, because basically they made it so that like casting sending was super easy.
Will she recognize it's me, or do I need to like introduce myself on the message?
That's up to you.
I guess that's up to
Would
Adelaide.
Miles care? Well, it's up to you. Would Miles care to introduce himself or
Yeah.
not?
Would
he
you-
just
would you-
assume
hey,
that
it's
Adelaide would
Miles.
know him?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Miles.
Yeah, okay,
Or do
okay.
you just Adelaide?
Nope. Solution? Adelaide, it's Miles. Are you busy?
I can be free if it is work related.
Well, if I recall correctly, you were trying not to lose your hand and had a book to return.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yes, I do.
If you still need it, I can contact you another time.
Is this work related or not?
Yes.
Okay, then what do you need? Do you need my lab, my mortuary? Access to the
Your
library, I'm
library
assuming?
access.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Well, I can meet you there in about 20 minutes.
Works for me.
Perfect.
Yippee! And we go to
And
the
I will
library.
call Deacon and head to the library.
I get there somehow.
Yeah, you walk. It takes you about.
It's probably close enough for that.
Well, I mean, you could either walk or you could take one of the sky rails.
Probably one of the sky rails if that's faster.
It is significantly. It's like 2 hour walk
Yippee.
or sky rails. That's
Oh my god.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Nyxborough is a large city, gang,
And not everyone has a personal driver.
and not everyone built a personal driver into their backstories. I mean, what? Anyways, yeah, you two arrive at the Nyxborough University library. Adelaide, I'd say that you probably arrived first. And Deacon has left a bunch of hangover helpers in the back of the car for you if you need them.
Yeah, I mean, she's a doctor. She knows how to take care of it.
Yeah. He left the supplies for you if you wanted to handle it as well.
Thank you, Deacon.
No problem.
Nice chicken suit.
He gives you just the weirdest look when you say that. Like, what?
She does not elaborate.
Yep. And then just... Oh, I will be going on paternity leave probably next week. The baby's due soon, so...
Of course. Of course. I will coordinate, unless you've already coordinated your
I've
replacement.
Yes. I've got at least one driver I talked with Jorah about, / Jorah told me about when this was going to come, because we knew it was inevitable. His name's Kale. He'll be your driver for the time being while I'm away.
Well, I look forward to meeting him.
And I look forward to you meeting my little ball of sunshine when they come.
Yes. I will be there. Don't you worry.
I think there's a moment of like realization of like talking to doctor who could perform operation of like this kind of like
She did residency as a general.
yeah
General.
yeah the kind of double edge of like I'll be there, like, are you performing it or are you
If she has to deliver this baby, she will.
yeah kind of that like moment of like
Sorry.
but I think after he just that would be Lovely, ma'am. Yes. Also, fresh coffee and tea, and then he kind of closes the window and hops out to get the door for you.
I walk into the library with what are those things called? A thermos of tea.
You're so smart. You know the magic words like that.
Miles, you probably a couple minutes after, you do see Deacon is in the car, but yeah, so you know that Adelaide is here. Adelaide, do you want to go return the book now, or do you wait for Miles?
I mean, I assume Miles knows his way to the library, so I'll just go
Yeah.
return the book, and then once he's here, we can get to work.
Yep. Easy enough. You return it. The librarian kind of just does a little hand flick, and you feel it release that arcane thread in that sense. Dissipates from around your wrist. You didn't realize it at that point had already been constricting blood flow a little bit, because I kind
That's
of
how it
assume,
works, yeah.
yeah, I kind of also assume Adelaide has bad circulation. So she just didn't
Listen, don't
notice.
come for my anemic girls.
Yeah, so she just didn't notice. And
We love that for her.
yeah, you're like, oh, hey, it feels a little bit better. And I think at that point, Miles, you enter the library because you have made your way there before. So
Yippee! Because he's so smart.
you've
Okay.
been
yeah.
here before, so
Yeah.
Good
What a
morning,
genius.
Miles.
Good morning, Adelaide. Thanks for coming.
Of course. What are we researching today?
We're looking for information on the spiral fold. That's what it's called, right? I'm asking out of character. It's a spiral fold.
yeah.
Okay. Did you have to confirm?
No, I had to turn my mic on.
Oh, we love that.
Okay, well, spiral fold. Have I heard of this before?
Roll a history check.
Good at that.
Decently
not
low
great. Is it
DC.
10? Is a 10 a no?
Well, 10 was the DC because I know you have a really high modifier in it. So,
Well, I rolled a 2 and I got a 10.
Yep. Yeah, it was basically nat 1 or bust. The spiral fold, what you've heard of them, they are a crazy cult that is commonly out of one of the other cities in Velmyra, that's over in the wastes, the ash wastes, whatever it's called. I have it somewhere. Let me pull it up. Ironclad wastes. Rendalen. Basically, they believe that we're in some dark timeline, and that the original timeline has been changed at some point. But there are very mixed stories about when and what caused the timeline shift, dependent on the sex of cults.
Well, Miles, that's a interesting topic of research. Any particular reason you think it's associated with this?
One of the Chronergy mages who went missing a few years ago. Rumor is that his daughter joined it when she was a kid.
Oh, well. Childhood trauma can lead to all sorts of vulnerability to manipulation tactics commonly utilized by cults. By cults?
He nods. He doesn't make the comments that I think in my head. Okay, so yeah. He goes, I guess I might as well start looking. And he's going to ask the librarian about this.
You walk over to the librarian. It is a different librarian than the person that was here last time. This time you see a kind of silver dragonborn wearing this very classy kind of dress shirt with it's like a dark blue, like a navy blue dress shirt, and you see little stars that are twinkling ever so slightly with an arcane enchantment down them, with a set of blue slacks with these kind of thin silver lines going down them, and they are wearing a set of suspenders. As they kind of look at you and just,
Do I know their name?
God damn it, Kiki, give me a second.
That's fine, it gives me time to pull out my dice.
I am an alumni here, and I just returned my book to him.
You know this person's name, but you are surprised to see them here.
Okay.
And I can't find the fucking NPC name thing. One of the other things I will note, it is kind of funny. Vrindalen is a dragonborn city.
Interesting timing.
Yeah. Kiki, aka Adelaide. You take a moment and recognize this person, and give me an Arcana check, actually. I'll say you do recognize them, so you have advantage on this.
24.
24. They're normally copper scaled. However, you notice that with how their shirt is, it's making them appear silver. Due to all of your soirees into pulling some of the richer sides of Nyxborough, this is Counselor Kareth Vordoon, one of the members of the Council of Spheres.
And he's playing librarian right now?
Yep, they're playing librarian.
What's the name?
Kareth Vordoon. I will post it.
Counselor Vordoon?
Hi.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Can't a counselor serve their community and try to help out?
Of course. Sorry, it's just unexpected.
I graduated from here as well, so just was trying to help out, and the one of the other librarians got sick recently, so they asked if I would be willing to step in. I was a librarian here for about 15 years before I joined the council.
Oh, well, thank you for your service, sir. We are, well, Miles here can explain it better. What we're looking for.
Information on the spiral fold.
Anybody can make an insight check. Yeah, like anybody can make an insight check. It would when after you say that name, because
23.
17 plus whatever my insight is.
I don't
I'm
know what's
pulling
your
it up.
I rolled
insight.
a 17 too.
Nice.
I got a +8, so
25.
yeah.
They have a really bad poker face. They recognize that name. Yes, Spiralfold, why are you looking into that cult?
Police business.
It's exactly, yes. For an investigation.
Right.
Did you know something about it?
I've ran into my fair share, back when I was growing up, but
What can you tell me about them?
they were crazy. I mean, they believed that a long time ago, some event happened and spiraled us into this timeline that they deem as the worst timeline, that something shifted and made it so it was so horrible and all of this stuff. In my opinion, I think that it was all hodgepodge, that they were trying to present scare tactics for things that they didn't agree with.
I want to roll insight to see if he believes that.
Yeah, that's fine.
24.
That's a partial truth.
Okay.
He's definitely
Well,
Stop
I
being
think it was the
stingy.
scare tactics.
Stop being stingy, DM. Give it to them. They rolled a 24. They rolled
Yeah.
a 24.
Yeah, that's why I said that it was that they were able to figure out that some of it was true and some of it they don't that they don't believe in.
Cough it up. He rolled a 24.
No.
I feel like they could get more than that from with a 24.
Okay. It's okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate
Well-
the thought. Did you believe it ever?
What do you ask them?
Did you believe it ever? Counselor?
No, they I believe the ones that were closest to me, they tried to push this whole thing about a quokka. Do you know what a quokka is?
Do I know what a quokka is?
He does. I don't know if Adelaide does.
I will say Adelaide does know what a quokka is.
Okay.
Just because I think it's funny that you would somehow know what this creature is. Miles, you can make a history check to see if you know what a quokka is.
What do you mean it?
They
I got a
thought
9.
How did the quokka involve in this?
they claimed that this ancient quokka was set out to destroy the world, but in our timeline, it didn't happen, and it was stopped, and that's why that all of the quokkas are in the Isles now. It was mad ravings.
Are they? They're not they're not a death cult, are they?
No, they're just crazy.
Okay.
I want to. Does he believe they're crazy? Do I need to
Uh,
roll again?
they do believe that they are crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's still relevant to our investigation. If you have any further
Yes,
information, or if you know where the books are.
Yes, there was actually over there, and they gesture over to a row of books on like cult history. And they're like, I think there was actually a sect for a very brief time in Nyxborough, a long time ago, a couple hundred years ago. But they were quickly squashed.
By who?
I mean, if nobody's willing to partake in your insanity, the insanity usually ends up getting rid of itself.
Some people believe in it.
Right. People stopped believing in them, so it kind of just fizzled out with time.
And what about the section of the cults?
In
Referring
regards,
to like the actual like books now.
I would say go read and find out for yourself. Most of them say that they are simply ravings of mad people.
You even partake in time magic.
Some of them did. Some of them were time mages that returned and had gone crazy afterwards, claiming they saw variant timelines or this, that, the other. And some of them were just people
Would
that
you
were
have-
crazy.
How long ago did he say was the sect in Nyxborough?
Couple hundred years ago. Oh, Jesus Christ, my cat.
Yeah, mine's clawed my legs like twice.
She has jumped from the couch to the computer desk with much vigor, and is now in my lap.
I love her, but like, she's beautiful.
She's beauty. She's
What?
grace. She's trying to sit on my face. Anyways,
Anyways,
I want to go read up what I can on the cult section, but also I want to see if the whatever I looked into last time about the missing chronergy mages, the like one that was like, oh, these people are cuckoo, but then they gave me the information I wanted, and I don't remember what it was called.
okay. Well, you go over to the cult section, and start looking through it in regards to this cult in particular. You find a lot of like very much so both doctoral and student doctoral. You learn that for a while there was some like kind of cult craze where people were trying to like see the psychology of cults like 60 years ago. However, a lot of the information was that they believed that the cataclysm, kind of the big event in Nyxborough that happened about 400 years ago, that caused the rift, is what shunted them into this bad timeline, basically.
Okay. Can I find anything on that, or more specifically about their time in Nyxborough?
Roll investigation.
can I help? Because I feel like that's why I was brought here.
You can
Can I
either
roll separately?
yeah, like you can roll separately because I think that probably would be
Yeah,
higher.
better.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
I rolled a 28.
Pop off.
Miles, you go down a rabbit hole that seemingly is following like getting into like a journal that like you watch as they slowly over time, page after page, degrades their sanity to a point of it's just gibberish and none of it makes sense. Adelaide, you find that the finding one of the history books and skimming through it and kind of being able to deduce and whatnot, the cult showed up 5 years after the events of the rift.
Interesting.
But they only lasted maybe 3 years before they were seemingly all gone, disappeared, no more sightings, no more. And it's hard to tell whether or not it was due to people just pushing back past, the calamity, and people wanting to get past the calamity of the veil and everything like that, and kind of wanting to try to fix what had happened. The name Lady Nasara Moonshade does pop up a lot as being someone who was very against this group.
Is she still alive? Is she an elf?
She's a half elf and has sadly passed away.
I will share the book with Miles. I think this is perhaps more what you were looking for.
Yeah, he's gonna look over the book. And you said this was like a little less than 400 years ago that the book was dated?
It would have. I had to double check my dates. It was 445 years ago. If you want specificity.
Yeah.
Also, Adelaide, with your investigation, you do know where she is buried.
Ooh.
Well, Miles, if we wanted to talk to her, we can't. I don't think we can do that. I think it has to be within 10 days, right? Oh no, can't be done within 10 days of the last casting. Well, if we wanted to talk to her and you got an official
You'd need a warrant.
warrant and hold on.
I would also say, luckily, there is a counselor close by.
We would need an official warrant and authority from the family and likely the city as well to exhume her corpse.
How far away are we from the counselor? Are they within eyeshot?
Yeah, they're not paying attention. They're moving around, putting books away and stuff like that.
Okay, he's gonna look over to them, and then he's gonna look at Adelaide. And he goes, "Seems like you have friends in high places."
I do. I don't think that will give me a warrant, but
I can get the warrant if you can. Whatever the fuck else said we needed.
Adelaide, I'm not even gonna make you roll a check for this. You know that Lady Nasara Moonshade is equivalent to like the hero of Nyxborough.
exhuming her corpse is going to take the Council of Spheres approval.
Yeah, she is one of the people that, like, there are multiple statues of her throughout the town. She is really highly regarded.
I get it.
Yeah.
Miles, this is perhaps not a possibility. We will need to run this all the way up our chain, and then perhaps the city commissioner would have to lobby the Council of Spheres. I can't just pull a favor for this. And you can't just get a warrant. This is politics beyond what you and I have at hand.
He nods. And with full confidence, he says, "I'm not worried about it. We'll get that warrant."
Insight check
you're the
as the
officer.
DM.
I'm actually worried. I'm going to insight check that. What did I get?
Miles,
confidence.
roll deception to see if you can deceive yourself.
How is a
16 for me.
dirty 20?
Your confidence carries.
Well, I trust you. You are the officer here. Just once you have her corpse, and I see official paperwork supporting it, I would happily cast Speak with Dead for you.
Thank you, Adelaide. I want this book with the crazy notes that turn into madness at the end. And are we able to find anything more recent about them in Nyxborough?
Roll history. Or investigation. I will allow either. And Adelaide, you can roll either too, just depending on.
How is a 15?
Oh, we got a 13 investigation.
Okay.
It's not very.
Milos, the temporal fold, you find pretty much nothing. They have not existed. It was almost like they were wiped out and forgotten and left to just the ravings of mad people. You do notice also around that time a certain religious order started to pop up that is still around, which is the Silver Veil. Which they're a religious order that worships Umbrus. And they were offering a lot of solace to those that were affected by tragedy. Nowhere have you seen that the Silver Veil and the temporal fold are even slightly related. It's just something of note.
Okay. Temporal fold, and what was the other one?
The Silver Veil.
Okay. Thank you.
Or spiral fold. I'm sorry, not the temporal fold. The spiral fold.
Okay. And so, aside from this, I haven't heard anything else about them being correlated, but the Silver Veil is still around. And to confirm, they offered solace to the people affected by this spiral fold?
No, they were
no.
So the Silver Veil was offering help for people that were affected by the rift opening.
Okay.
During the Calamity of the Veil, which is when a group of rogue mages attempted to tap into the ethereal veil, boundary between the material plane and the Shadowfell, to try to harness its energy. It went wrong. There was a planar rupture, which unleashed a bunch of shadowy creatures, which is where a lot of people believe that that's one of the reasons why, like, the Gloam Quarter, that's why shade attacks were so common there, is because that's where it took place. And so that ethereal veil happened. What stopped it was the chronal engine that was constructed in the Cursed Clock Tower, which was able to stabilize the planar balance, which you all know has started to continue moving forward in time, which is not a good thing.
Okay. Noted.
The Silver Veil was just a religious order that was worshipping Umbrus, who is one of the many gods of Nyxborough, and they were offering people solace during that time, housing, food, water, shelter, etc., for those that were affected by the tragedy, because, I mean, it was a mass casualty event. There were thousands that died.
Yes.
When that happened.
Okay. Makes sense.
I just wanted you to have that information because you were looking in that timeline, so it makes sense that you would find out about the Silver Veil.
I will be re-listening to this stream.
But yeah, they have nothing to do with the group you were initially looking for. There seems to be zero connections. There's nothing that would show that these two are even linked. And also, you know that Ellen, who is the daughter, ran away at home at 16, when Hadros had already disappeared, and it's only been rumors that she may have joined this fringe time cult, but a lot of people think that she's dead and didn't survive the road.
Okay. Am I able to find anything about her or about a missing persons report for her?
There was one filed by the brother, but was not taken very seriously because Darla was already dead at the time. There's like a foster care report, but
okay, hopeful information. Yippee. Okay. That is what I think I wanted from the library. Was I able to find anything on the explosion in the Forge Ward that killed him?
the brother?
Yep.
Pretty cut and dry.
Anything about like? Go ahead.
It seems pretty cut and dry. There was an hourglass that seemed to. There was a bizarre hourglass explosion, and it wasn't that he was like killed with like time magic or anything like that. He was just killed from the explosion.
Okay.
Yeah, it just happened to also be an hourglass shop.
Okay, this would be a precinct thing that I totally forgot to ask while he was at the precinct. Was I able to find anything about the charges against him that got dropped? Oh yeah, by the way, chat, there was charges against him.
In reference to Bimble Melwain, the son of Hadros Melwain.
Yep.
I mean, basically, they thought that he was doing illegal timepiece enchantments and was enchanting magical items with unstable time magic. However, it was learned that
on the kind of things he's enchanting.
They were just random items.
Okay.
But basically, after they looked into it a little bit more, it wasn't that he was enchanting them. He was just selling them. Somebody else was giving him the faulty stuff, and so he was cleared of all charges once he gave up their name.
Ooh, what was their name?
I don't have it.
It's okay. Can I have it eventually?
It's not gonna matter.
Damn. Okay, no worries.
It's redacted. How about that?
Redacted. Okay, makes sense. I can't argue with that.
It was a cold case. There's a coffee spill on it. That was how it was redacted.
Okay. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to do was speak with Hadros. I wanted Waylon there for that, but he's not here.
We can set it up for something that you do with the whole group or something like that. Do you tell Adelaide about Hadros? Oh yeah, you already did.
No.
No?
Did I tell Adelaide about Hadros, or did I just say I was investigating the cult because of someone who disappeared?
I think it was just the cult.
You gave us the list of the mages if he's on the list, but that would be like narrowing it down, when she wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay. I don't think he's gonna tell her specifically who he's looking for.
Okay.
And she didn't know anything about the spiral fold that he was looking into either, because he didn't tell her about that. So then the question that I got next is, I don't think he wants Dimitri or Adelaide there for that. I don't want to exclude y'all, but I think that's because he is trying to keep who knows about this limited.
Okay.
That's my only concern with that.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that later once Waylon's back. We'll probably.
This computer work.
I'd say, yeah. Once he gets his computer working again, I would say, there you go. That's something to do. So, in later session, we will follow that thread if you would like.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like dragging this out, and we're supposed to like be catching up with the other precinct.
Yeah, we still got time. It's fine.
Yippee!
But I think with that being said, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and move you guys forward, continue doing that and whatnot, to Monday morning.
Yep.
Yep. Which is a very
Monday
important.
morning.
Yay, Monday morning. Da da da. The Five Nights at Freddy's theme plays in the background. Adelaide.
Yes, Liam.
Yes, it's me, your favorite. Which house are you leaving?
Jorah's, because they both expect the announcement has gone out.
Yep.
Might as well meet it head on.
I stepped away for 2 seconds. What did I miss?
Adelaide's leaving the Jorah Balaam estate.
Oh, great.
As you walk towards the gates, you already see reporters lining up by the metal, and you. I think Jorah walks out with you this morning.
That would make sense, yeah.
He's wearing very much so a standard business suit. None with he has just a purple kind of silk over the shoulder sash that comes
Yeah,
down.
I imagine she has like her normal jacket over her precinct uniform. Like they're both heading to work. This is normal.
Yep. You can already hear the murmuring before you fully get there. You see that your car is parked in such a way that it is blocking a good chunk of people being able to get in. And you see Kale dressed in a black suit, tight, thin black tie, white shirt, driver's cap, hiding his redder hair, eyes glowing. Don't even need an insight check. He is real nervous about all of this eyeballs here, and you can see him just like he's got like his hands folded in front of him, and just index finger, middle finger are just tapping against each other. And for those wondering what Kale looks like,
Also hot.
also hot.
I think she's gonna lean over to Jorah and be like, I thought Beacon wasn't on paternity leave till next week.
Something came up. She went into labor early.
Oh, I promised I'd be there. I should have gone last night.
It's I've already sent over a basket, as well as I have made it so that I've called your precinct and they know that you'll be taking the afternoon off, probably to go see him and the child.
Thank you. Yes.
I don't believe she's finished yet. She is still in labor.
Ah, yes.
It's a long labor. You do the math in your head. It's already been over 16 hours.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Cool. We should face the press before they get to Farrell and jump your gates.
As you say that, you see one of the guys is starting to climb the gate, and like he gets maybe 3 good handholds up, and then a arc of lightning comes out, as one of the runes activates, and he just falls off.
Well, they should expect that in the Luminar district.
There are signs that warn of this, yes. All right. Smile and wave. As the gate kind of opens inward. No one, after seeing the man drop and fall, the crowd kind of went silent for a moment. As everybody knows that they don't want to necessarily cross that threshold now, in fear of what could potentially happen to uninvited guests. As Kale opens the door to the car, and you hear one of the reporters, Adelaide, Jorah, Adelaide, Jorah. Hey, who proposed to who? How did this all happen? When did you two meet? How is everything going on? How are the Montgomerys and the Balaams starting to figure out how this all is going to work out? And just start rattling questions off at you all.
I think she's just gonna shout, "We understand the curiosity. We appreciate the celebration, but we are taking our time with planning things. We have been together for some time, and we appreciate your patience and respect of our privacy."
What does this mean for the Gloam Quarters and the Market Heights? Are there going to be new trades going on between the two of them? How does this affect all of the Nyxborough things that this is going on? Some people are calling you the Queen of Death and him the King of Night. How do you feel about these nicknames?
She's getting in her car.
Kale closes the door.
She's gonna give the people what they want first. She's gonna give Jorah a kiss for the photos, and then
all
get
of the
in car.
photos. You hear all of the snapping of arcane cameras and things like that, as Jorah kind of waves to you, and Kale hops in and just goes, "I'm not allowed to run them over, am I?"
No, you are not, Cal.
And turns back around, honks a couple times, as you see a couple of the security come out and start kind of moving out of the way for you to get to work. As you're driving and heading into town, Kale kind of, sorry, I didn't realize we were gonna be seeing each other so soon, after everything that happened.
Well,
Right.
at least I suppose you know the danger with being my driver now.
Yeah. I will continue to protect you, the vehicle, and whatnot, and of course, Jorah as well. You all are the package deal.
Insight check that?
Sure, go for it.
Wow, I rolled so bad. That's a 15.
I might have rolled worse. Please hold. What was your total?
15. I rolled a 4. Oh no, I rolled a 4, so it's a 10.
Okay.
I don't have a plus 11, I have a plus 6.
Woo! I only rolled a 13.
Well,
You could re-roll.
Yeah, you do have your.
Nah.
You do have.
nah, I don't trust Hannah. She's gonna do something later tonight that I'm gonna need that inspiration.
There's only like 25 minutes left. What dastardly thing could I do? Anyways.
Yeah. She's just gonna nod. Well, yeah. Thank you. And sorry it's such short notice, but plus side, place work can take us to dangerous places, and it's a good way for people to blow off steam, I've been told.
I feel like that's a jab at me being a hothead, and I'll accept that as fact.
I think we'll get along well.
I think we'll get along just peachy keen. You continue, you drive into the precinct. As you all, Miles, Felice, everybody else starting to, Dimitri, all of you are getting to the precinct. There are a lot of people in the lobby for some reason. A lot more people than you're used to.
Oh boy. He wants to know what the commotion is about, but he doesn't want to ask.
Yeah, I mean, you can walk past it because you could sneak through if you want, or
Yes.
yeah, give me a stealth check to see how you can weave your way through this.
What's my stealth? I feel like my stealth is probably good.
I would hope so.
Me too. All things considered. I got a 17 plus.
Again? Damn.
Yeah, again, actually.
Wow.
Plus 7. So 24.
Oh yeah, you bob and weave like a pro. This is not your first rodeo, nor will it be your last. As you snake your way through. I think at some point you do notice that it is a lot of reporters.
What do I overhear?
It's a lot of just, oh, I heard this is where Adelaide Montgomery works. Yes. Oh, I hope we can maybe get an exclusive interview. Yes, I heard that there is potentially some things going on here. Did you hear about all of the stuff with Lady Silvara Drift Shadow? Or I want to make sure I say that name correctly. 1 second, please hold.
No, you said it right. You said Drift Shade, not Drift Shadow.
Drift
You
Shade.
needed to say
Sorry.
Drift Shade.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to say
Lady
Drift Shade.
Silvara Drift Shade. Those years back with Jorah. Yeah, I heard she's recently been trying to come in and potentially see Adelaide for some reason. I think I see her car. Okay, everybody get. If you don't get out of that bush, as you see, like a little gnome man is like wearing like he's got like a plant hat on and is like in.
Oh my god.
Like is like trying to hide in like a potted plant vase thing, as one of the officers is running over and grabbing him to throw him out.
We love that.
God, Kale's probably doing the best bodyguarding he can to get me into this precinct.
Felice and Dimitri, you all come in and see a similar commotion probably happening.
In the world?
You see, funny enough, this probably is the first time that you see your captain, the towering half-orc man, Bastion Dreyfus, is down here. And he just, if you are not here to report a crime, you must vacate the lobby. Please leave. This is a place of business. This is a towering figure with slate gray skin. He's got a thick black beard that's starting to be streaked with silver. And he has a prosthetic clockwork arm. He wears a deep blue captain's coat that is reinforced with metal pauldrons.
Fancy.
Yeah, and he's trying to force people out of the lobby and other things like that, trying to push people out, and whatnot. Adelaide, as you're arriving to the station, you see the people pouring out. Kale looks at you and just goes, "Is there a back way in?"
There is. There's the ramp where we deliver the bodies from the morgue.
Yeah,
We
we're
can go in the
going.
back.
We're going there. And
Yes.
he pulls around to the backside, to let you in. However, as you pull around, you see a silver-haired elf woman
This bitch.
standing, waiting for you in the back, as Lady Solara Driftshade.
Adelaide gets out and immediately walks up to her in the. Well, I'll just do it. Solara, dear, it's lovely to see you. What brings you here today?
Oh, Adelaide, I just wanted to congratulate you on your engagement.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Finding love.
Yes, it is quite. And I think she notices Kale alluring. So I wanted to congratulate you. I left a little gift for you at your station. It's not poison. It's just some chocolates and some little bath bombs and other things like that. Just a
Of
little.
course. I would never assume ill of you, lady.
Make a deception check.
Bitch. Oh, that's really good, actually. That's an 18 plus something. Plus one, 19.
Yeah, you beat it. She gives you the fakest of smiles with that. And she just, of course, if you would like, I would not mind inviting the new Montgomery Balaam household over for one of my many masquerade parties, or if you need, I would be more than happy to offer up one of my many house locations, manors, if you were interested in potentially having your wedding there. You don't need to be thinking about venues right now. I know it's just recent, but it's just something
Yes,
I
yes.
thought I'd offer.
Well, the Balaam estate is quite lovely. I'm sure it will be more than adequate for our purposes.
I've heard tale.
I'm sure you have.
She's never been.
I know.
Yeah,
She wants to.
she wants to. She's trying to get a favor. Is very much so what it's becoming. Do you happen to have any friends in Precinct 9 by chance?
Oh, of course. Our dear mutual, Lavinia Velithrin. She works there.
Ah, yes, of course, Lady Valathron. She recently implemented a curfew that has started to spoil some of my dinner parties, and I was wanting to see about what could be done to either fix or know when it would be removed, so that we can carry on with our festivities.
Well, Lady Driftshade, there are measures one can take to issue a complaint or a grievance to any department. Of course, we would always go through formal means, right? If we would never think of trying to pull a favor with an officer of the law.
No, of course not. I simply wanted to just double check, and I was already here dropping off that basket for you, as well as wanting to congratulate you again on your engagement.
Well, thank you. And I do suggest your legal team reach out to Precinct 9. I'm sure something can be worked out.
Of course.
And she brushes past her.
Yeah. Have a fun day.
You as well.
And she gives you a slight wave. Do you just walk straight in, or do you look back at all?
I would glance back.
Sure. Give me perception or insight. They will get you different things.
I'll do an insight, but I didn't roll well. 18.
18. Explaining the scene a bit. As Kale was falling behind you, she stopped him and whispered something into his ear.
Don't like that.
With an 18 insight, whatever she said to him, pissed him off. And you can tell his eyes are glowing this like much deeper red as he says nothing and moves up next to you.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
She is quite skilled at getting under people's skins. I wouldn't mind her.
He opens the door for you, and he goes, "She's a bitch." As you hear the clacking of her heels leaving that part of the mortuary.
I will show Kale to my office and be like, you can wait here, you can wait in the car. I have to go press charges against Ronan.
Oh, yes. Yes, good call. Do you need me for that, or I don't know how you would. It's fine. I'm gonna go move the car so that
Okay.
and I'm gonna go park, and then I'll be back here for when you need me or whatever.
Perfect. Thank you, Kale.
Crap. And he hands you a sending stone, and he just goes, "This one's just between us, and should work great." And then he goes to move the car.
I'm going to go immediately to find the captain because I have to press charges as soon as possible. Hopefully before he gets moved. I don't know when he's getting moved.
As you you go to the captain's office. He's not there. You do see the lieutenant, though, is at her desk as they are working on some paperwork and stuff like that. You do see Tessa Valaris.
Lieutenant, hi.
Hi. You doing okay? I know it's...
I am. Well, there's that, and I do want to apologize to everybody at some point for the chaos that my announcement may have caused. But I have another issue.
Yeah, the captain's down in the... He's down in the entranceway, pushing people out right now. What's up? What can I help you with?
I did some work yesterday in support of Precinct 9. As you know, on the record, I have a contact in Iron Spike Holt that we've used to get information on Dustborn before.
Uh-huh.
I need to press further charges against him. Hopefully that will, I don't know, increase his sentence, put him on. I just need it on the record. He broke loose in... Yes?
All right. start from the beginning. What happened?
I went with Detective Velathren from Precinct 9, or Officer Velathren from Precinct 9. We asked a few questions. And then Ronan Burke broke free of his shackles and tried to strangle me to death.
Ah. Yeah, that is wow. Yeah. And you see them grab a report and start filling it out. I will get in contact with the guards over at Ironhold. They should have a report about this as well, and ask them to pass it along. Oh shoot. I'll have to move quickly. His transfer is supposed to be happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's... Okay, thank you, Lieutenant.
Yes. I will see about potentially. Well, I mean, one, he'll be locked up in Ironhold for a bit longer then, and we might call for one of the well, looking at some of the other potential prisons.
And a more robust transport than perhaps what is originally planned. He was easily able to break those chains to get to me.
Gotcha.
I think he's far stronger than we anticipate.
I will contact the Ice Tribunal, and see if maybe they'll take him at the Frostlock Vault in Thrimgard.
Please let me know what other information you need of me.
Of course. I'll get a statement from you once I have the report back from the prison, and then I will also be asking them to cancel the transfer for the time being, until we can get the situation. It's weird that he was so close to getting that transfer that he wanted and throwing it all away.
How much do I trust her?
Up to you.
How trustworthy?
There's insight checks.
She is...
How long have I known her? I've worked here for a year.
Yeah.
Less than a year.
She's been here for like 10 years. Because she was a detective that came from the Arcane Enclave. Was originally an investigator over there and then joined it later. You've seen her. She's very calm, strategic, empathetic. She's known for de-escalating heated situations. She's highly intelligent.
Here's what I'll ask. I'm sure Emmerich introduced her to everybody when she first started.
Mm-hmm.
Was she high up on his list of people he trusts?
She was head detective at the time. And
so
recently
she was very high.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess because Adelaide's only been at the precinct for less than a year. She was lieutenant at the time.
Yeah, that's why I'm basing it off of Emmerich's judgment before he died. If he introduced people in order of who he trusted.
She was like the top of the list.
Okay.
She'll
say
Emmerich trusted her more than he trusted the captain because she was able to she could get around certain red string that the captain couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Adelaide's gonna kind of speak in a much lower voice. Ronan Burke has a bit of an obsession with me, and I broke the news that I was engaged. And I think that pushed him over the edge.
Lost that control.
Yes.
Makes sense. Wait. Why would he have an obsession with you?
um,
Adelaide, forget it. It's not important. What's important is that he hurt you and that justice is brought to him. Whatever relationship you have with him, it's not my business.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Now, in regards to the whole thing with Jorah Balaam,
yes.
Don't go near Rhaena today.
Okay.
Something about it really soured his coffee.
All right. Well, I wasn't intending on it, but I shall certainly keep my distance.
Yeah. Also, let me know if you need a police escort home or anything like that. I can see about setting something up or any extra security or whatnot that you need during this time until the press settles and moves on to their next hot topic.
Yes, I believe the diplomatic security is going to have to handle Jorah's estate, being Zentaran, but if you could put a few patrols around my home, I'm not there, but I want to make sure my uncles are safe and not berated.
Of course. I will add that to my to-do list today to get that sent out. Make an insight check.
Yeah. How is it 25?
When you mentioned the Zentaran embassy being the one to protect Jorah's estate, there was just a moment where she gave a very confused look of that's not right.
Am I misunderstanding
Did not
how this
correct
works?
but did not correct you.
I'm applying real world logic to this. Is that not how it works in Nyxborough?
No, you are 100% correct, and that should be the correct assumption. It's weird that she thought it was odd that Jorah would have connections to that. And there's a moment of just, she knows something else.
But wait, I'm confused. He's publicly a Zentaran diplomat.
Mm-hmm. You can press it, or
Yeah, I'm going to, because I'm confused now. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. Is there a reason the embassy wouldn't protect one of their own diplomats? Am I missing something?
Yes and no. The land that Jorah purchased is not under Zentaran protection. His estate is not part of the embassy. So they will send some, but they won't send as much because it's not considered Zentaran land. Even though I know he's spent a lot of money bringing Zentar to Nyxborough in his estate. There was a weird legal war a couple of years back with him and them in regards to whether or not it was considered Zentaran. I guess there was some issue with the queen at the time, and so...
Then I suppose a few extra patrols won't hurt.
I was already planning on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He has some... It's a... What I've heard down the grapevine, Jorah is a diplomat. he's friendlier with the king than the queen. It's a little weird in regards to, I guess, due to their relationship. So I'm not 100% sure if there's some family issue or whatnot, but I guess sometimes the mom likes to put her nose even all the way out in Nyxborough.
All right, well, that's good to know. Thank you. I should go find my team. Make sure they're not drowning in this.
Yep, makes sense. And she goes ahead and starts working on all of the stuff that she said that you were doing. Miles, you were able to sneak past all of them, and as you were about to head to your office, Rainer Howcroft, the detective that you have been working with, signals you to come over to him.
Oh, he does. Right away.
Close the door.
He does. He steps in, closes the door, glances over his shoulder.
Yeah. So, heard the news with Adelaide and Jorah?
Well, I've heard she's popular today.
They're engaged. The issue, though, is that there were photos of him being taken this morning as he was walking out of the estate, and another report of Ashhand making a deal in the Market Heights, which the first couple of times I thought was the first or second time that happened, it's like, oh, maybe it's a changeling or someone using an illusion magic or something like that. But this is like the third or fourth time that this has happened.
He kind of nods.
I don't think
At the same
Jorah
time-
is Ashhand.
I'm not sure. I saw him myself.
Did you see his face? He's always wearing a mask. How do you know it was him?
He kind of nods, like, just a little bit. He crosses his arms. He's thinking now. Difficult not seeing him up close as Jorah. From everything I could tell, everything I could remember. Is there anything I can roll for this?
Fuck if insight, investigation, history, one of those three.
Okay, how is a 50? Nope, I lied. An 18.
In what skill?
Investigation?
I mean, that would be thinking back, hard to say. I mean, all you saw were eyes wrapped in a mask. You didn't really see much else outside of the voice, and people can change their voices and change how they look, and it feels like this just got a whole lot harder.
He nods.
I think we're gonna have to try to figure something else. before he can finish that statement, the entire building rocks as you all feel a large explosion go off in the front of the precinct, as you all feel the building get just rocked by this. And you hear feet starting to run inside the building. And guess what, gang? We're gonna roll initiative next time.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
Oh fuck! Wait, I get to use my gun!
And we'll
Sorry,
see you
I'm
all in
excited.
2 weeks for some combat.